single unit. Good Friday night to you sports fans. You've come to the right place. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brett Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. TA, it's all yours. Yeah, it is. Do it. Thanks, TA. So the Pelicans win the tip. Now let's take a look at the starters for New Orleans. Running on the wing, they'll have Jones and Ingram. Up front, it's Williamson at the 4 and Valanciunas at the 5. And it's McCollum in at the 1. Now here's Jones. Ingram passes to Valanciunas. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Williamson. And that one hits back iron. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Charlotte Hornets. And as incredible as Zion Williamson has been and is, the big problem, Greg, is keeping him ready to play. His health.
And there have been all sorts of opinions chiming in on whether he can play at a high weight. But the bottom line is something needs to happen to keep him healthy. He's lost too much time early in his career.
And some pinball action out there as defenders just bouncing off of Williamson on that play.
Here's Ball. Here he goes. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
Nice take. Staying aggressive with this game, still very much up in the air.
2022 is an anxious year for Zion Williamson fans, waiting for his return.
It's just not easy when your superstar gets hurt, and because you want them back as soon as possible, but you also don't want to rush the healing process. The fans really had to be patient, waiting for Zion to come back. They've got a big year ahead of him.
Plumlee sets the pick for Johnson. Pass to Plumlee. Out to Hayward. Jacks up a 3. Nailed from three-point land.
A tough cover out there. You want to close out hard on Hayward, but you also have to respect his ability to take you off the bounce.
Valanciunas, good.
And that's almost automatic anytime he can get the ball in that position.
McCollum against Ball. The pass to McDaniels. Lets it go with a 3. Rebounded by McCollum. The Pelicans have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. He takes it in, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Keldon Johnson. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul.
Now here's McCollum. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Williamson kicks to McCollum. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Valanciunas with a screen on Ball. And here's McCollum for 3. Charlotte is gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Ball up top. He is guarded by McCollum. Ball with it. 17 points in his last outing. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Out to the right wing. And a wide open look for Valanciunas. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets, getting their first look of the season at this Pelicans team.
An interconference matchup. Last season, they went 2-0 against this club.
And here is Williamson following LaMelo Ball's 3. Williamson outside. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Well, a little contact from the defense goes a long way for Zion Williamson.
Pass to Plumlee. He kicks to Johnson. Plumlee with a screen on Jones. Johnson, the pass to Plumlee. Williamson with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Williamson dishes to McCollum. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Yeah, the awareness and the natural playmaking ability starting to show up in Zion's play.
Ball surveying the defense. Plumlee sets the pick for Ball. And it's the Hornets another three.
That's feel-good moment right there. 3 of 4 so far.
The Pelicans trail. Now McCollum. And Jones has it in the corner. Williamson trying to free himself up. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. Some rookies take time to get acclimated to the NBA. But that was not the case with Herbert Jones.
Yeah, Herb started his second game in the league, and for a second-round pick to make that immediate of an impact, it's pretty rare in the NBA. He did play all 4 years of college ball, but he came into the NBA ready to rock.
Now here's Johnson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Plumlee against Jones. A shot, no good. And it's the Pelicans taking it the other way, coming off that loss against the Nets.
Yeah, I mean, their execution at times was flawless, but they also made some mistakes that ultimately did them in.
Well, they had the home fans worried for a little bit. I know that.
And so here's Charlotte following the score by New Orleans. Johnson outside. Plumlee with a screen on Jones. Johnson, they get the rebound. Pelicans leading by 3. Passes it to McCollum. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
He gives CJ that kind of shot, and he's going to knock it down. He'll exploit the defense all night long.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
Let's take a look at numbers for LaMelo Ball. Great showing for him last season. He's averaged 20 points a game, 7 assists and 6 rebounds. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up, fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
Now here's Hayward. His last outing, he had 8 points.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space, just clanked it.
Outside, Jones. Here's Valanciunas. It's rebounded by Charlotte. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with San Antonio.
And it seemed inevitable that they were going to lose that game with how they struggled, but in the end, they had an opportunity to win.
Yeah, really the only thing close, though, about that game was the score. In just about every other aspect, they were totally outplayed.
Count it.
Well, this is when Zion's at his best. He gets to the interior, can use that quickness and explosiveness.
Johnson in the corner. Back to Ball. Trying to get open is Johnson, and it's Ball that time on the assist by Johnson. Ball's got 12 in the game.
It feels like the other 4 guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
Cullen passes to Valanciunas, and the dunk by Valanciunas.
And Valanciunas just needs a little bit of airspace. He's so big, easy for him to get to the rim.
Pass to Plumlee. Jones against Johnson. Out to Hayward. Fires from deep. Rebounded by Valanciunas.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Back to McCollum. Down low. Plumlee with the steal. Ball with it. Jones covering. Ball dishes to Johnson. And it's off from three-point range. Pelicans leading by 5. Outside, Jones. McCollum outside. Kicks to Valanciunas. Clock at 6. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists tonight.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Now here's Plumlee. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
And how about the job he did rebounding as well, guys? I mean, just a dominant performance on the glass.
Plumlee with it. Defended by Jones. From the baseline. Pelicans pull it in. Valanciunas has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Ingram finds McCollum. With the regular season just getting started, what's it like for rookies, Greg, who are beginning these new pro careers?
Let me tell you, Kevin, the speed of the pro game is startling. Things are happening so fast, it can take years for the game to slow down.
Charlotte calls timeout. Nick Richards, he's checked in for Plumlee. With this pause in the action, let's show you the teams that have scored the most points in the league last season. The Hornets 4th.
I just loved how this team attacked their opponents. You could see their confidence grow as the year went on, and the points really started to pile up.
Hornets trail by 10. Here is Hayward. Johnson outside. Hayward with a screen for Johnson. Trying to end the drought. He lays it in.
Can't allow Johnson to get that deep. Once he's there, he's going to be able to score.
Here's Alvarado. Nance a screen on Ball. Here's Alvarado. And it's Hayes in the corner. 6 to shoot. Latrine. He can't get that one to fall. Now Charlotte takes it the other way.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Here's McDaniels. A 3-pointer off the mark. And so it's Ingram who brings up the ball for the New Orleans Pelicans. They're leading by 8. The shot that time not on target. Hornets shooting to start this game off about 41% from the floor. Hayward can't hit.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. Inside, here's Hayes, and Hayes throws it down.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Here is Hayward. The Pelicans make their last shot. Here's McDaniels, and he's good on the 3-ball.
Yeah, I feel for him right now, guys. He's much better than this 1-for-4 start. He just needs to relax a little bit out there and let that game come around to him.
New Orleans moving it around. And it's Ingram missing. Hornets trail by 7. Left side, Ball. The pass to Richards. Second shot opportunity. That's tipped. 41 seconds left to play here in the first. Nance a screen on Ball. Alvarado. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. I'm taking a look at the Pelicans. Lots of talent have come through that program over the years, and they're loaded now.
Yeah, they've brought in some talent. They've done a good job in the draft and trying to find ways to hold on to these guys along with having a healthy Zion. All that comes together. It's definitely going to help their chances to be more competitive.
And the Hornets making a change here. Oubre's checked in. Now here's Ball. He's got 12. Charlotte needs to get a shot. And it's the Hornets another 3.
And there's one aspect of the game LaMelo's not going to ignore. Keeping his teammates involved and the offense working as a unit.
For 3, Ingram. That shot off the mark. He got it up. And no good that time. C.J. McCollum, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Pelicans. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. Guys, what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
Hornets trail by 6. We've got Kelly Oubre. Johnson is out there with ball. Then there's Jalen McDaniels. And it's Richards in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Now here's Oubre. Following the miss by LaMelo Ball. Oubre. And the whistle blows. And it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
I'm not sure what he thought he could get away with there. Pretty clear over the back.
Nothing wrong with being physical, but that's just over the top.
McCollum kicks to Murphy. Shoots from 12. And the basket by Alvarado. And the Pelicans lead by 8.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Johnson, that's for 2. Moves back up. And that's 2 points on the layup. Richards got his first points of the game.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Now, here's Marshall. 14 points from him the last game against the Nets in Brooklyn. Brent, how has size now affected the way the game is played?
Well, if I could just take a detour, Kevin, I would tell you it's skill that has affected the way the game has played. I mean, this has always been a tall man's game, and usually it's been dominated by the biggest guys, but that's not the case anymore. So you look at 6'4" to 6'7" guys who are skilled to shoot, pass, and dribble. That's what every team is looking for, and that's the way the modern NBA team, especially a championship caliber team, is made.
That's tipped. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. To the inside. Here's Nance. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. Nance has got the lead up to 10 now for the Pelicans. Smith outside. At the top of the key, Oubre. Pass to Richards. Here's Terminenko. And he jams it with authority.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin.
Last season, we know the Pelicans made that trade to bring in C.J. McCollum. He says, I think it's a match made in heaven. I'm happy to be here. The cool part is that I haven't had to make any real adjustments. The way I play is the right way. Kevin, back to you.
Well, and he's completely changing teams mid-season. Tough thing to do, but he is a veteran that can certainly handle it. Ball in his hands, good things usually happen. Hey, David, thank you for that story. Here's Oubre following the basket by C.J. McCollum.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And taking a look now at the stats for Johnson. Last year, getting it done. Last season put up about 17 points per, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's also a bit of a stopper defensively. They put him in, and their defense really tightens up.
This is his specialty. He sits on the bench, he gauges what's happening offensively, and he comes in and sticks the opponent's top scorer to freeze him out.
Now, here's Johnson. 20 points for him last game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Pelicans leading by 10. And Greg Kelvin Johnson is listed at 6'5", but he plays much bigger than that.
He has the strength to fight for rebounds with anybody. Fearless on the court and plays with an endless motor. His strength and willingness to use it makes him valuable.
Clock at 4. Stolen away. And here comes Smith leading the fast break. And that one's good. Richards got it back down to single digits for Charlotte.
Well, Smith looking now to dish to the guys who are wide open.
It's Jones on the wing. Covered by Johnson. Valanciunas sets a screen for McCollum. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight for him.
Charlotte making a switch here. Hayward's checked in. And the Pelicans also making a change. Williamson's checked in. During last offseason, the Hornets decided to part ways with their coach of the past 4 years.
Always a tough decision, and this is a critical time for Charlotte. They've got a tremendous young core. They think their time is now, and they want to make a bold move with the new hire.
Now here's Jones after Gordon Hayward's miss. Pass to Marshall. Valanciunas with the ball. Pass to Williamson. Over Smith. And there's Williamson on the assist from Valanciunas. Williamson's got 10 points in the game.
Valanciunas does a great job of surveying the floor and willing to find the open man. Nice extra pass.
Smith against McCollum. Smith the pass to Richards. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans.
And here we can check out the story on Jonas Valanciunas. He's coming off an excellent season and a great touch around the rim. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
He was a top 10 rebounder last season for good reason. He's an incredibly intense guy to compete with. And for a full game, too. I mean, just nonstop. Plumlee, he's checked in for Charlotte. Valanciunas with a screen on Smith. Valanciunas, good. 9 points for Valanciunas.
And Valanciunas on the roll. Really hard to convince somebody to get in front of that.
Smith surveying the D. The pass to Oubre. They need this. It's rebounded by New Orleans. And here is Marshall. He kicks it to McCollum. That shot off, and Charlotte will go the other way with it. Oubre on the wing, defended by Jones. Dishes to Hayward. Smith right side, shot clock at 6. Terminenko with it, working on Williamson. Charlotte no good that time either. New Orleans leading by 15. McCollum kicks to Marshall. Tries from 10. And Valanciunas puts it in. Valanciunas has got 4 points now in the quarter.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Smith dishes to Hayward. Plumlee with the screen. Hayward passes to Plumlee. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Pass to Marshall. New Orleans moving it around. Williamson double team. Now here's Jones. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Nets in Brooklyn. Great D that time from Oubre. Hornets trail by 17. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Hayward outside. Oubre up top. Plumlee sets the pick for Oubre over Jones. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
He dishes it to Williamson. Back to Jones. From outside the arc. The offensive rebound. Valanciunas. The second effort. And it's good on the way in. Valanciunas has got 13 points.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Now here is Smith. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And Plumlee kicks to Smith. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Shots like this are going to help Dennis Smith Jr. get himself going, which is a defense's nightmare.
Pass to Valanciunas. Now here's Jones.
I got him!
Banked in off the glass. And the Pelicans lead by 18.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
And Hayward gets it to go. Hayward's got his second basket.
And how about Hayward mixing it up inside there? Shows he can score on either side of the three-point line and really makes him more difficult to guard.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Pelicans.
Give it up for your high squad.
Some changes here for the Hornets. McDaniels checked in for Plumlee. Johnson comes in for Gordon Hayward. And it's ball in for Smith. Here's Ingram. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Nets in Brooklyn.
I also thought he did a tremendous job in terms of timing in that game, swatting away some shots. Ended up with 3 blocks in that game.
Now, here's ball. Brandon Ingram missing his last shot.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Yeah, it looks like Zion's got the stage all to himself there, just tearing down the rim.
And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Ball, the pass to McDaniels. Oubre, no one around him. And it's the Hornets another 3.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Williamson looking it over. Here's Hayes. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass, getting it done.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Outside, ball. The dish to Johnson. No good on the 3.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
Now, here's Marshall. Terminenko with the rebound. Ingram against Oubre. There's 1:38 left in the first half. Five on the clock. Ball with a wide open look. And they'll get another chance. Back to Terminenko. And there is a whistle, and that's going to go on Jackson Hayes. That's his first foul. And the Pelicans making a change here.
First team foul. Checking in for the Pelicans, Larry Nance.
There's 1:17 left in the second quarter. Pass to Terminenko. Johnson, a wide open look. And again, the Hornets missing.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Alvarado passes to Ingram. into the paint. Passes it to Alvarado. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Murphy. Hornets with the rebound. McDaniel's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Oubre. And it's Ingram with the rebound. Ingram's got 4 rebounds in this game. Over to the wing. Outside Murphy. Terminenko with the rebound.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from 3-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
We've got 13 seconds left here in the second. Oubre outside. Back to Ball. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Ball's got 14 points for the game.
Well, Oubre will draw some attention as a scorer, but that's going to open up some passing lanes. He doesn't make a mistake that time.
And that concludes the first half. Pelicans ahead, up by 15. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Clifford. What was the biggest problem for your guys in the first half?
Well, you know what? We're a defensive team first, and we've been good defensively. We've been organized. We weren't that in that first half, and that's what we got to concentrate on to get the game going back our way.
See if you revert back to your form in the second half. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody. The story tonight, everything, and I mean everything, is working well for the New Orleans Pelicans.
Their game plan has been pretty straightforward. Attack inside, make the defense collapse, and so far it's been working.
Yeah, I think that the whole team over there collapsed. This is over.
Changing things up now, let's take a glance at the upcoming schedule.
And for that matchup with the Jazz, I'd bet they've been looking forward to this one. I mean, a chance to take down a higher-ranked team and show us what they're capable of.
Hopefully the challenge of this matchup brings out the best in it. And that about wraps it up. And as the third quarter is about to begin, we go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Man, we're seeing a tremendous game from LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Tipping off the second half, here's Willie Green's 5. Ingram in the front court with Williamson. McCollum and Jones are their guards. And it's Valanciunas in at the center position. And he comes up with the deuce.
And working on that upper body strength, Plumlee has a great build and is converting through contact. Well, there's been some interesting moves in the Bayou, and this team has set up a roster that I think has some great potential. There's a lot of talent, a lot of interesting players that are on this roster, and I'm excited for their future.
Not the kind of aggressive defense they need to cut into the lead.
Yeah, you have to protect the rim, Greg, a little better.
Good job to recognize the opportunity. That's just very solid offense.
And Ball continues to show he can drain threes. The defense must adjust or he is going to keep doing damage.
You definitely saw New Orleans making calculated moves, Brent, in the draft.
Yeah, there's some perfect fits alongside what a healthy Zion Williamson will bring to the court. And so if he's in there making that impact, there's a lot of complementary skill sets on this roster that will elevate them to being much more competitive sooner than you think.
Jones for 3. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Plumlee's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Ball finds Plumlee. Pelicans pull it in. And now the Pelicans on the break. McCollum with the ball. Outside, Jones. There's the pass to Williamson. New Orleans moving the ball around. A floater. Plumlee with the rebound.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
Ball, the pass to Plumlee. Outside, Ball. Hayward a screen on McCollum. Hayward outside. There's the triple. And the Hornets miss again.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Williamson right side. McCollum against Ball. And out of bounds as the Hornets gain possession. Now at the break on the floor, you can see the teams that led the NBA in steals last year. 5th on the list, the Hornets.
You could tell by watching them how much they enjoyed playing defense. They seem to have an endless reserve of energy flying around and pressuring the basketball.
And clearly, Steve Clifford wants to talk it over.
And checking out the numbers for Ingram. Last season, he played outstanding. He put up about 22 points a game, 5 assists and 6 rebounds. And he led the charge when it came to scoring, led the team.
Yeah, he shot the lights out all year long from a variety of spots on the floor. Love that versatility.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, you may not know this, but Gordon Hayward was a 2-time Indiana State singles champion in tennis. He says, in high school, I was better at tennis than basketball, but I've always loved hoops more. Thankfully, I was able to grow throughout high school to get to the frame I have now. He has certainly filled out in the NBA. Kevin, back to you.
Yeah, he sure has. He's been a terrific player to watch and follow. The injury is significant, but he continues on. David, thanks. Now Jones. After Gordon Hayward's three-pointer, they didn't go. And staying with the play, Valanciunas. And the Pelicans lead by 14.
Well, the effort and the power that Valanciunas can play with puts him in great position to grab rebounds like that.
Drains the three-pointer. Hayward's got 8 points.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Williamson with the bucket.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
And a drive like that one can be a knockout punch. Great finish at this juncture.
Jones, no luck.
They've been able to have some team success in this game despite what's been an awful shooting night for him.
Here's Ball. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got his 4th assist in this one.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
Now here's McCollum. 13 points in the game.
Well, I love when guys still use fundamentals to box out and rebound. He cleared his man out effectively on the box and then stepped towards the ball to grab it.
And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Marshall, he's checked in for New Orleans. And Ingram has got the ball here for the New Orleans Pelicans. 11-point game. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Ball kicks to McDaniel. McCollum against Ball. Back to McDaniel. Pass the ball. Hayward with the ball. 8 points for him. Here's Plumlee. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Nick Richards. He's checked in for Charlotte. New Orleans making a switch here. Pelicans leading by 11. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Starting in 2021, referees were instructed to not reward players making overt, abrupt, or abnormal non-basketball moves. Brent, what'd you think of that?
Well, there are some guys who play abnormally, Kevin, so what are you going to do about those guys? No, I'm kidding. I think it's a great thing for shooters to try to gain some sort of advantage. With how much advantage offensive players already have, it was getting a little bit out of control.
Dennis Smith, he's checked in for ball. Ingram, and it's blocked. Now Smith. He feeds it to McDaniels. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. New Orleans has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Here's Ingram. New Orleans moving it around. Valanciunas inside. No good with the layup. McDaniels kicks to Smith. Back to McDaniel. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. McDaniel's got 9.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Now here's Johnson, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
And he gets the bucket. He has 6.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Smith outside, taken away. Alvarado passes to Murphy. The Hornets pull it in. Well, they've got some work to do to cut into this lead.
And no need to get away from the game plan, though. But plenty of time to get back in it.
Now here's Hayward. 8 points for him. Over Murphy. They grab their own miss. Richards. And the rejection by Valanciunas.
Great anticipation as Valanciunas got to that ball and just swatted it away.
With the step back. Takes it from 10. And there it is for him. Alvarado's got 5 points now this quarter.
How about that move? Is this guy special or what? Just love watching him operate inside.
Smith kicks to Johnson. Five to shoot. Here's Richards. Pelicans with the rebound. Ingram's got 7 rebounds in the game. Valanciunas sets a screen for Ingram. And the 3 off target.
And he has not made one shot in this one. Has to be on his mind every time he's pulling up.
On the wing, Johnson. He's guarded by Murphy. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You like seeing Johnson getting after it, taking on all comers and drawing the whistle.
So for the Pelicans, Nance comes in for Valanciunas, and it's Jackson Hayes in for Marshall. Pelicans leading by 11. Pass to Murphy. Kicks to Hayes. Passes it to Murphy. Hayes, bounce pass. And there's the pass to Murphy. Here's Ingram. And the shot goes in. And the Pelicans lead by 13.
Ingram and that body and that maturation showing off in plays just like that.
And you look at the way Ingram can get off a shot. When he gets to his spots, there's just no stopping him. Very few players can create like he can.
Kelly Oubre's checked in for Johnson.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Coming onto the floor.
Now here's McDaniel. Covered by Hayes.
Kelly.
6 to shoot. And that's a foul called on Kelly Oubre. That'll be his second foul of the game. A creator indeed. And the name you always hear, Greg, with Ingram as a comparison, Kevin Durant.
And that's about as fair a comp as you'll find. Ingram is special with how he can rise up over defenders with that shot. Makes him a lethal weapon late in the game.
And the Hornets making a change here. Martin's checked in. Here's Alvarado. Covered by Smith. And the basket by Alvarado.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
There's the pick. To the left wing. Here's McDaniels. And again, the Hornets missing.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Pelicans.
They bullied the defense here in the paint. Look at all of those buckets inside. Just hard to defend in the paint.
You probably have to touch on as well that tonight their penetration has been awesome. I mean, they put force on this game, attacking off the bounce, and the willingness to do that has paid off.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Here's Alvarado. 11 points in the game, and he makes good on the layup. Alvarado's got 13.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Smith. There's the pick. Pass to Dermanenko. Dishes it to Oubre. Murphy with the steal. Ingram against Smith. Now here's Ingram. Not a lot of room. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Smith outside. In the corner, it's Martin. Murphy with the steal. 27 seconds left in the third quarter. Floats one up. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Richards got his 7th rebound here tonight. Out to Smith. They set the pick. Pass to Dermanenko. Oubre outside. Here's Richards. And so it's New Orleans with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. Back to the action in just a minute. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, putting the pass right on the money.
So helpful to the offensive versatility when your bigs can create, freeing everybody up, and that cut was wide open.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Oubre out there with Dennis Smith. Then there's Cody Martin. And it's Richards in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. And the basket by Dermanenko.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
So it's the Pelicans now. After the basket by Charlotte. New Orleans moving it around. Hayes with the screen for Jones. Just 4 to shoot. Stolen by Dermanenko. Pass to Smith. Poked away. We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Outside, Jones drives to the hoop. Over Oubre. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Hornets now going the other way. 3-pointer. It's rebounded by Hayes. Pelicans leading by 19. Passes to Jones. Great D that time from Martin.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
To the middle. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
When Dennis Smith Jr. is dropping those kind of passes, it's going to help the offense just run a bit more smooth.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And the basket by Alvarado. Alvarado's got 11 in the second half. And here's Smith. Oubre outside. From outside, off the mark.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
They get it back. Hornets trail by 19.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now, here is Smith. Back to Dermonenko. Nance with the rebound. Pelicans leading by 19 points. From the left block. Nice jump shot. Good. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Pass to Dermonenko. Charlotte no good that time either. For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Kicks it to Jones. And for coaches' challenges, the refs review their own calls. It's a little like grading your own test. Maybe, Greg, give that job to the review center.
You definitely risk confirmation bias, and everyone wants to be right. It does seem like some calls stand that probably could be reversed.
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Jones, no luck.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
And the pass to Oubre. Wide open. Nance with the rebound. Nance has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Here's Jones. Uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Pelicans lead by 21.
And say what you will about the value of the three-pointer, but those close-in looks are always plan A. Every trip down, get to the paint, get deep, score.
Now here's Jones. Following the missed shot by Dennis Smith. On the wing, Jones. There's the feed to Nance. Misses from close range.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Pass to Dermonenko. Smith with it. They set the pick. Clock at 6. Pass to Richards. Here's Martin. Charlotte again missing. Pelicans leading by 21. Outside, Jones. And we've seen not only some new trophies introduced, but, Greg, some of the existing ones have been updated. You okay with that?
Oh, I am. In particular, a nice touch to have the previous winners etched into the base of the Larry O'Brien trophy. That's a great way to connect with the history of the game.
Dennis Smith Jr. is shifty, but really what it comes down to, he's got a great burst, and that helped him out that time.
And the Hornets making a change here. Plumlee's checked in. Well for New Orleans, shooting well. 50% from the floor. Outside, Jones. Out to the wing. Here's Williamson. And finished off by Williamson.
Yeah, pretty dialed in right now as Zion is hitting everything. The team hoping he can maintain this.
There's a screen. Smith dishes to Oubre. Plumlee with a screen on Jones. To the paint. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Outside Murphy. Plumlee with the rebound. Plumlee's got 6 rebounds in the game. Smith on the wing. Passes it to Plumlee. Shot clock at 6. Takes it off the glass.
Well, he's not the biggest scoring threat. Plumlee does have the size and athleticism to cause defenders some problems down there.
Williamson outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
That free throw good from Williamson. Well, Greg, we're seeing high schoolers now making 6 figures to play basketball. I bet you wouldn't have minded that in your time, would you?
I tell you what, it beats delivering the newspaper, right? It's still fresh and developing, but a lot of different opportunities are emerging.
So Johnson hits 2 of them.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Now here's McCollum. And Valanciunas kicks to Jones. And Jones slams it in.
And guys, he saw his chance to earn a little camera time there and took it.
Rocking the rim with some major force.
And typically, he is not the major force in that regard, but good enough to punish a soft defense on that play.
2 points. That one goes.
In terms of set plays, this is where Plumlee is very dangerous offensively, the old pick-and-roll game.
Here's Williamson. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Plumlee's got 8 rebounds in this game. Ball no good. Pelicans leading by 18. Jones, the pass to McCollum. Now Valanciunas. Here's Jones. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. No good from Valanciunas.
1 made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
And it's Jones with the ball for New Orleans. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. And Valanciunas kicks to McCollum. Back to Valanciunas. New Orleans moving the ball around. And here's Jones. With 1 on the clock. And Williamson throws it down.